Welcome to your 30-minute hips-focused yin yoga practice. This practice will be 30 minutes of gentle movement focusing on the hips. Nothing too aggressive, nothing too crazy, a lot of relaxing, some nice long holds, and finding movement that really targets the hip in a nourishing way. Let's get started on our backs. Coming to land in a reclined butterfly shape, connecting the soles of the feet to one another, allowing the knees to fall open, taking any support that might feel good beneath the thighs or beneath the knees. Maybe that's a bolster, blocks, or cushions. And when your body has arrived on your mat, taking one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and finding 5 slow, very full, complete breaths, allowing each breath in and out to bring you into your space, onto your mat, fully present and available for the next 30 minutes. Finding one deep cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Release it out the mouth with a sigh. Taking the hands from the heart and the belly, releasing them to a cactus shape, maintaining that position with the low body. Staying here in this cactus arm variation of our reclined butterfly. And as we land in this variation, taking this time to gently move your awareness through your body and identify any places where you might be gripping or tensing. If you notice that there's space to invite a softening, allow your breath to create that space. The next breath, draw the hands slowly to the outside of the thighs. Guide the knees up through center. Release the soles of both feet to the mat, landing hip distance apart. As the hands fall to a T, gentle windshield wiper movement from side to side. If you notice that you're rushing through this movement, your legs are dropping quickly from side to side. Invite a slower pace. Force the slowness, the stillness. and the ease of mindful, gentle movement. The next pass through center, stay here. Draw the knees to connect, and keeping that connection of the knees, slowly begin to heel toe the feet to the outer edges of your mat. And maybe they land at the outer edges of your mat. Maybe they go a little further, or maybe not quite as far. The intention here is finding that internal rotation of the hips, keeping the knees connected. Always in our yin practice, seeking that perfect level of sensation. Never too much, never too little. Always looking for that positive stress. So when you find that sweet spot, releasing into stillness and holding for time. We're here for 5 more breaths. Gently let the connection go. Draw the feet back to hip distance, sending the low back into the mat. Gentle release twice through each side. Coming back to center, release the left leg long, draw the right knee in towards center. Fingers interlace over the shin, or if that's really far away, taking the hand to the back of the thigh. Finding a little bit of movement here, so very slow, very gentle movement in this wind releasing pose shape. So maybe for you, what feels best today is drawing that knee in the direction of the armpit and staying there. Maybe coming to center feels good, or maybe exploring that little range of motion from side to side. And if you move through that range of motion and you are able to identify a sticky spot, just taking notice of that, being mindful as we round out this practice to send your focused energy to those areas of resistance. Invite that release. One more breath. Let the knee go. Connect the sole of the foot to the inner thigh or to the calf, finding a reclined tree pose. Again, knowing that if support feels good here, invite that support, taking something beneath the thigh or the knee. But if you feel at ease, releasing the arms. This time drawing the arms overhead, taking hands to opposite elbows. Maybe they don't quite connect with the elbows. Maybe it's the forearms. That's okay. Just land where it feels best, where it feels most nourishing to you. And once you've landed, move that awareness through the body. Again, seeing if there's space to relax. Can you find a little bit more ease? Can you welcome a softening? Final few breaths here. So release the arms from overhead. Take the right hand to the outside of the right thigh. Draw the knee up through center, then hugging the knee into the chest. Chin draws to the chest. One big squeeze. Gently release your head to the mat, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Gentle supine twist to the left. So taking a moment to arrive in this twist and knowing if the twist with the leg extended isn't for you, draw the knees together. If having support here, block or a bolster to support the thigh feels best, finding that support. But otherwise, no, we're landing here. We're going to settle into this shape and then find a variation. Staying exactly where you're at or finding a little bit more depth, coming more into the hips, extending the top leg. Maybe the leg extends all the way, maybe it extends a little bit. There's no right or wrong way to land in this shape. Just exploring that increased movement and then landing in stillness. Next breath, release the knee back, the heel back to the knee. Gently release back to center. Soles of both feet reset to the mat. Hands to a T. Rooting through the feet, lift the hips. Reground through the low back. Gentle windshield wiper movement to reset. Final pass each side. Returning to center. This time our right leg extends, drawing the left knee into the chest. Giving it a squeeze. Finding that wind relieving pose. Taking the knee towards the armpit, maybe towards center, or maybe enjoying that movement from side to side. Wherever you've landed, 3 more breaths. Gentle release, finding reclined tree on this side, drawing the sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh, to the right calf, and knowing that support is available if it feels good. Once that low body has landed, releasing the arms overhead, drawing the hands back to opposite elbows, making any adjustments, and then allowing your breath to ground you into stillness. In our yin practice, we're always seeking stillness of the physical body, stillness of the breath, and ultimately stillness of the mind. If you notice as your physical body stills, that you're having trouble calming and focusing the mind, take your attention back to the breath. Let your breath be your focus and your guide. Acknowledge those distractions as they enter the mind, and then release them, let them go. Bring your awareness back to the breath as it enters and exits the body. On the next breath, gently release the hands, extending the right arm out to the side, this time taking the left hand to connect to the thigh, drawing it up through center. Taking the knee into the chest, drawing the chin up, giving yourself a squeeze. Release the head down, right hand to the outside of the left knee, supine twist to the right. Starting here in this twist with the leg extended, connecting the foot to the knee, above or below, landing in the shape before exploring that variation. Staying here, or if it's available, beginning to extend the left leg. Maybe it extends all the way. Maybe it's a gentle bend towards extension. And maybe you explore that movement. Maybe extending all the way isn't for you. Maybe you can get there, but it's not serving your body. Just landing in a spot that feels good, that is applying that positive stress, but isn't causing pain. And when you find that spot, holding for time, releasing into the stillness. Slowly begin to draw the sole of the foot back to the knee, coming through center. This time, as you reset, knees hug into the chest, big toes connect, gentle rock and roll from side to side. Landing in center, hands to the back of the thighs, tucking the chin, begin to rock and roll your way up and down your spine. 3, maybe 4 times, coming to land in your tabletop position. When you arrive in your tabletop position, landing here for a breath, finding a neutral spine, finding any gentle movement to settle into this shape. And then extending the right leg back long, pausing here before taking the right knee to land behind the right wrist, extending the left leg long, making our way into a sleeping swan. And you might start here like this, landing in this shape, and then gently begin to release the body forward. Know that you have options here. If it would feel really good to release the body onto a bolster or onto blocks, then finding that. If this is a lot, if this isn't for you, if your knee or your shin or your hip doesn't agree with this shape, just know you have options. You can come to your back and find a reclined figure 4, either landing with the foot connected to the mat, elevating it for a little bit more, or drawing the hands to the back of the thigh or to the front of the shin. And that'll do the exact same thing, just coming at it from a different angle. So finding that variation that's perfect for you and releasing into stillness, finding that perfect level of sensation and holding for time. We'll be here in this shape for about 2 more minutes. I'll let you know about a minute in. So if there is space, if you felt that release begin to happen, then you have an opportunity to find a little bit more depth for that final minute. Coming into our final minute on this side, checking in, scanning for space to find a little bit more depth. And if that space is there, releasing into it. Slowly begin to walk the hands back towards the body. Tuck the back left toe, root through the hands, step the right leg back. Connect the knees at center and release back to a child's pose. This time we're taking it with our knees connected. In our next round, we will take it with the knees wide to finish. Slowly rise up, returning to that tabletop, extending the left leg long behind you, then drawing the left knee to land in the direction of the left wrist, releasing the right leg back if that helps find that depth before drawing the body towards the mat. Always keeping in mind, again, if this shape isn't for you, coming to your back, take a reclined figure 4. Doing the same thing, just coming at it from a different way. But when you find that perfect spot, release to stillness. Take your awareness to the breath and quiet your mind. Coming into the final minutes, scanning this side. If that space is there, find a little more release. And if exactly where you're at is perfect, then staying there, breathing into the hold. Walk the hands in to meet the body if they release. Tuck the toe. This time stepping the left foot to meet the right. Big toes connect, knees wide. Release to child's pose. Final breath here. Slowly rise all the way up, coming to land in your easy seated position. Taking one hand to heart center, one hand to the belly. We'll find 2 deep cleansing breaths together to close. Inhale through the nose to fill the belly, inviting peace and ease. And as you exhale out the mouth with a sigh, let go of any resistance or tension that remains. Inhale to fill the belly. Exhale, let it go. One final time. Draw the hands to heart center. Deep breath in. And release. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing space, giving your hips some mindful, loving attention. Namaste.